conference in North America for all of our action coaches, about 350 action coaches in North America. And I had to leave early because I did a strategic training session for a bunch of neurosurgeons from around the world, came in and had their annual association meeting. So I left the conference early, and at awards night, I was lucky to have won the Coach of the Year for Action Coach. Wow. So, and the reason that I'm really proud of that is because, you know, as Larry said, we're in really interesting times, and especially in Southwest Florida, we're winning a lot of races in Southwest Florida that we don't necessarily want to be winning, right? And so the fact that we've not only survived this recession as a company, as coaches, but the fact that we've gotten to the place of thriving, truly thriving to motivate myself. You know what's interesting about that? Whose responsibility is it for motivation?
Yours.
Everybody say mine.
Mine.
Mine, right? When I was a practicing attorney, I remember just wishing and wishing that I had a mentor. And for some reason, I was under the false impression that it was up to my law firm to train and mentor me. Interesting, isn't it? Now, I could have just gone through life, the rest of my life, thinking it was up to someone else to develop me personally and professionally. But when I had that switch that flipped, and I realized that if I wait for someone else, how fast am I likely to develop? Like, how would you like to be on someone else's schedule for how successful you are in your career, for how much money you make, for all of those things? Why would you wait, right? So I took it upon myself to begin my own personal and professional development starting back in 2001. And I started with some personal and professional coaching and absolutely changed my life. And I think back now and I think, man, that was probably one of the single biggest decisions that I ever made, was to reach out and find someone who could take me on. So when we get a response that's not a sale, what does that mean? We mucked it up. Thank you very much. You have single-handedly mucked it up. Yeah, so it's the ultimate and above the line, because, and one of the things that I've been trained at a bit, but I think more than anything I've picked up over the years a lot naturally, and I'm sure every one of you has as well, is on body language, right? And as a presenter, I'm totally in tune with the room. I know who's with me, I know if someone's not with me, and it's up to me to change my communication if I'm seeing that I'm losing people. So I pay attention to that all the time and say, okay, are they with me, are they not with me? Are they participating? Are they writing? Are they getting it, right? And if I'm seeing that this isn't happening, I can't look at it like, oh, this guy just doesn't care, he's not interested. No, that means I'm not communicating. I am not conveying a message in a way that this person can hear it, so I've got to figure that out. And always in the sales scenario. Isn't that interesting? Wouldn't it be amazing if we began to take 100% ownership, accountability, and responsibility for our communication in every sales opportunity? So what does that mean you have to do? You have to be looking for what? The response. Am I getting the right response? How do you know if you're getting the right response? Well, if they're writing a check, you're pretty clear on that one, right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're picking fabrics, right? But I mean, are you checking in enough? Are you doing the right things? How about another thing? Are you getting tons of referrals from your past clients? Guess what? That all has to do with what? How you're communicating. Are you communicating to each client in a way that has them running out the doors, calling people going, I had an amazing experience. You've got to come over here. Right? So true communication. Your referral rate is your communication. Right? 100% so responsible. That's a behavioral change, okay? And a lot of people, and a lot of coaches even, will go after a lot of behavioral change. And I always think that behavioral is a piece of the puzzle. Some people stop there, and then you don't get the full transformation. So the second one is transformational, okay? What do you think in transformational we do? What do we have to change?
You have to see it being successful, like visualize in your mind.
Okay, all right,
You're up there, you can visualize yourself talking to people and it being, and enjoying it and getting a crowd, and you visualize the success, and so then you start creating a success.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Good.
It feels that you're enjoying that.
Good. Yeah. And so you've actually just given some of the techniques that can be used to ultimately what we're looking to do is to change what?
What you think.
Change your belief, right? So what you've just described is an awesome technique to ultimately change the belief. So we have two different ways of doing it, and they should always be used together. One, change the behavior. Two, change the belief. When you do both of those things, guess what? What do you get? Good. Success. Good. Yeah, and the more specific you are, the more definite with the infinite, the more you can actually put your subconscious to work. And remember, I don't know if we'll talk about this again, but your reticular activation system, your RAS, do you remember talking about that before? It's the compass for your brain. So one of the things that we do, and the reason why writing things down is so powerful, Brian Tracy in fact says, if you write a goal down as opposed to just thinking it, you're more than 1,000 times more likely to achieve it if it's in writing. Why is that? Well, because we're taking one extra step, right? We're getting left brain, right brain involved, we're writing, we're taking action. And you're also, when you do that, you're setting your RAS, your compass for your brain, which is your reticular activation system. And when you set that RAS, it's like a heat-seeking missile to go after and find whatever you're looking for. So as an example, Joyce, we talked about where if you have a question or you can't remember something, write it down before you go to bed. You're setting your RAS to look for that answer for you. So think about it this way. Remember the last time that you bought a new car. Okay, can everybody get that in your head? Do you remember when you finally made the commitment, you decided the make and the model and the color? What happened after you figured that out? You saw them everywhere, right? You're like, oh my God, everybody else is driving the same Lexus. What's going on, right? Well, the thing is, nothing had changed, right? There were no more of your car on the road. The fact is, you had set your RAS to look for that. You had been focused on it, and now, boom, it appears everywhere for you. And that's true with anything that you set your mind on. So again, think about it. If you're setting your mind on evening news, what do you see a lot of?
Negative.
You see a lot of doom and gloom, don't you? You find it. You know about it. It's funny when I have conversations with people and they're telling me all this stuff, I'm like, what are you watching? What are you reading? Right? Why do you know all this stuff? How's that serving you? How's that moving you forward in life? Right? Same with your friends, by the way. Life is a mirror, right? Everything around you is what you're attracting. So if you have those people in your life who are really negative, below the line, constantly talking about the drama and the doom and gloom, guess what? Somehow, some way, either they're related to you and you don't have a choice, right? And that's always possible. Or you're attracting them by the vibration that you're carrying. And sometimes it can be a very good thing to eliminate people from your life. If they are not where you want to be, that may sound cold, but the reality is that your friends are a reflection of you. And if you're not liking what you see out there, again, it's like a mirror. So you may want to really look at who are the people who are closest to you. Are they helping you move forward? Are they pulling you forward? Or are they dragging you down?